How the planet get commanded by y'all. Y'all the same man that fought the famine and plotted the planet I fry. Caught on a slave ship, truth is never debatable. My uncle was brought here by a trader 40 decades ago. Tested birdie the keys, a freeze 30 degrees. When I leave, please bury me in these dirty fatigues. Trapped in anguish, cause he ain't speak his own language. They taught him how to cook pork, they conned him like Genghis. Talk the soft livers and sparkers, bomb threatening. The arm, leg arm, heading for Armageddon. I got a cousin in the A to do the mumble rap. On top of that, he got the trap doing jumping jacks. Me the heartless, I return like a thief in the darkness. Wisdom of Marcus, my dogs they barkless. Try to tell him lay low, but I don't speak Creole. He don't speak Spanish, but he understand Papi Gallego. The gay rapper made a song how he loved. We out of Las Frank Lucas, it's like we love snitches.
Brian Daniel Kennard, born July 13th, 1977. Today's feature could have been an all-time great rapper, but instead he's another tragic case of when you don't own yours, you have to play by the rules set for the game. Many music artists, especially back in the day where how to play the game wasn't so laid out by artists like Saigon taking the arrows, confuse what it takes to make it in the music business. To them, they believe they have a gift from God, a talent that is supposed to supersede any obstacle humanly possible. What they don't understand about natural talent is that's exactly what it is and was meant to be. It wasn't necessarily given to you for you to make a profit. It was given to you because that's what your maker wanted your existence to be in this world. Humans, though, have found ways to monetize every aspect of this world, and this becomes where talent is mixed with business, and you have things like the entertainment industry or the music business. This space allows you to play and make tons of money if you do play and continue to play successfully. There are rules, even unwritten ones, that are to be followed, or you could very soon end up shelved and in a space your time passes and your potential no longer exists. You're now just a has-been with a story to tell. When we speak of playing the game by the rules set for you, Saigon is the epitome of the rapper who never got that. Most don't. Like I said, their talent allows them to think they're bigger than the game they chose to play, and when they see they aren't, it's too late. Saigon in the early to mid 2000s was always a rapper whose name I'd always hear in the distance that apparently was supposed to be this big deal and soon about to release his world-dominating album on the industry and make MCs bow to his greatness. For years and years, I subconsciously waited while hearing his name from time to time faintly in the background until one day the sound was no more. Time had passed and potential was met with the reality that the game he chose to dedicate his life to didn't have rules that worked in his favor. At a certain point though, rap was all he knew and trained to be. What do you do when you're told you don't have what it takes to see that through? Whatever happened to Saigon? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, StuntedGrowthMusic. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. You can also send a super thanks by clicking the button below. Enjoy the video. Saigon is a rapper born in Brooklyn, New York, but raised in Rockland County that had an interesting path to the rap world knowing his name. He was a troubled child that roamed the streets at an early age and by 16 was arrested and served almost 7 years in a correctional facility for first-degree assault for shooting at a person in a bar. He once wrote that he was only a high schooler for a month of his life. During his incarceration, he would read lots of books and write music, something he figured he could do when he was released. He came home at 22 years old in 2000 and links with DJ and producer Mark Ronson, who signs him to his newly formed record label Alito Records and allows him studio time to work on his music and gave him access to valuable music industry contacts as part of the relationship. Later, producer Just Blaze, a coveted producer in hip-hop, especially the New York area, heard Saigon's music and shows interest in working with him on his new label after a deal was worked out with Mark Ronson. Saigon then becomes Just Blaze's featured project as a co-sign that helped him secure a major label deal with Atlantic Records. Stunt number 1, Buried by Atlantic Records. The first growth stunt for Saigon came because he refused to play ball, as they say, with Atlantic Records, and it caused him to be shelved so long that he lost the attention of the fans. As we alluded to earlier, record companies have and always will be in the business of what could make the most money. They aren't always in tune with the musician's personal beliefs on honor and integrity because, quite frankly, they don't care. Can you make music that at the end of the day makes us all gain more capital than what we can invest in you? Most times they do approach it the wrong way, and it confuses the artists when the time comes they're ready to release their art. Atlantic Records signed Saigon, I'm sure, knowing he was a conscious rapper that went to jail at a young age and had a story to tell about real life results that have indefinite consequences decided in the heat of the moment. His life story couldn't be a better example of that, and he just wanted to be able to tell it to the masses. At one point or another, it was confused that he just wanted to be as big an artist as possible and make as much money as he could, so willing to jeopardize his integrity to rise within his genre and sell more records. He says when he was ready to talk about his nearly finished album's release date, Atlantic's first question was, okay, where's our 3 radio-friendly singles? Where's the controversy between your name you've created for the rollout? Where's the gang-banging music your people love so much that we can sell hand over hand to make an investment of such seem worth it? Saigon, having lost his entire youth almost to senseless street violence, couldn't fathom going back to stirring that pot in his music and refused to make a single in that vein. He once said in his song Greatest Story Never Told, "When y'all make those diss records, do you know what you're doing to the black community? Marketing the fact that we lack unity." Shows his mind was in total opposite direction from his label, and the disconnect hurt his growth within the industry by not meeting the label's specific requirements and his album release date being pushed back until his buzz was completely gone. Stunt number 2, dated release. Just months after he was signed to Atlantic is when all the above happened, and since then, Saigon has been wanting out of his deal. 2 years passed and still nothing from Saigon, leading to him actually quitting rap in 2007, stating his issues with being shelved and not able to release his album. In 2008, the label finally released him. During this time, he released mixtape after mixtape and unofficial songs dating back to 2004, with one of his most acclaimed works, Warning Shots, and 2 more parts after leaving Atlantic. 3 years later, 2011, he released his debut album and it sold just 11,000 copies first week. Far from the potential it had when it was first expected more than 5 years prior. It was heavily produced by Just Blaze and had big-time features on there like Jay-Z, Black Thought, and songs written in part by Kanye West. It received positive views from underground hip-hop fans, but as far as elevating Saigon as a rapper, it missed that mark completely. His flow sounded dated by then, concepts that would have worked better in 2005, and an old-school idea that rapping about politics and injustice was going to make him popular in the new era. None of it worked. Stunt number 3, music changed. The reason it didn't work was because rap music was in for a change early 2010s and Saigon didn't fit any of the molds. Apparently, Atlantic's approach to flooding the rap industry with gangbanging rap reached some artists, and that sound was on the brink of becoming as popular as you see it today. Also, an artist like Drake was ushering in the emotional side of rap, where feelings and heartbreak and lusting over women became the new it sound fans wanted to listen to. Saigon didn't fit either side. The youth wanted ignorance, in part because that's what was being pushed and fed by labels like Atlantic Records. That's what the black artists started to believe was the in thing to do. That's when the end came for an artist like Saigon. His sophomore album came in 2012 and sold a little over 2,000 copies first week, making it clear rap on a mainstream level was not for Saigon. All in all, Saigon the person was justified for holding on to his integrity and not making music to further damage his community. That choice cost him his career on a mainstream level, although he resorted to contradicting that in a way by doing a show like Love and Hip Hop for money, which then cost him a relationship with his child. Either way, a tragic case when it could have went great for Saigon. Salute, much respect, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.